We do in the mornings, and I said to myself, what shall I do today to commemorate the 190th anniversary of Dic Penderyn? So I posted it online on Facebook. I said, I'm going to lay some Welsh poppies on the grave of Dic Penderyn, and then I'm going to swim Aberavon round the pier, because it's not on this year and it wasn't on last year, and then I'm going to ride home. And there were no takers, but next door to me lives Jackie Lewis, who happens to be related to Dic Penderyn. So the first thing I did on my adventure was go visit Jackie. Good. So I'm here with Jackie, my next door neighbour, who strangely enough is related to Dic Penderyn.
Yeah.
And how are you related?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, because my father told me stories years ago and I didn't take a lot of notice, because sadly when you're younger you're not really interested. I'm sorry now, because I wish I had, because I could have asked my grandparents while they were still alive. But I know that I am related to Dic Penderyn, and I know there's been, many years ago, they did something in Cardiff University about his life, which I watched intensely on the television. I was very interested, but sadly I can't explain why. I'm sorry now, I didn't listen when I was younger.
I think it's a problem we all got, is listening when we're younger, isn't it? Yeah. So you want me to go and put some flowers on
please.
Dic Penderyn's grave on your behalf?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's great. And I suggested pink and yellow because that's my favourite colours.
Right, and I do have pink and yellow as it happens.
As it happens. And the camera is lined up so we can see the pink and yellow flowers. So would you like to choose the flower?
Excellent, Dave, yes. That'll be very nice. Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah, and they're going to go down like that.
Excellent.
And I will do that on your behalf, Jackie.
Thank you very much, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers. So what better way to celebrate the life of a Welsh working class martyr than to lay Welsh poppies on his grave? Poppies being the flower of remembrance. Welsh poppies, obviously the flower of Welsh remembrance. And so, Welsh poppies flower between June and August, and I know somewhere where they're growing wild in somebody's garden. You shouldn't pick wildflowers, but if they're in somebody's garden, they're not wild, are they? But will he let me pick them? I'm not going to ask, I'm just going to pick them and go. I think there's somebody in the garden. He's just seen me now. I got his poppies. Dic Penderyn is quite important to me because on my YouTube channel I have a character called Professor David Glyndŵr Penderyn Bevan Richards. David Richards is my name, obviously. Professor's a made-up title. I'm pretending to be an academic. Glyndŵr is after Owen Glyndŵr. Bevan is after an Iron Bevan. And Penderyn is after Dic Penderyn. And so, it's important that I commemorate his life by placing poppies upon his grave. You should watch my video, Meaning of Life. me some feedback. What do you think about it?
Hello. I'm Professor David Glyndŵr Penderyn Bevan Richards of the University of Mynydd Dinas. And today I'm going to tell you why we will never understand the meaning of life.
On the 13th of August 1831, a 23-year-old man was led to the scaffold in Cardiff and hanged by the neck until dead. His name was Richard Lewis, a miner by occupation. In life he was a resident of Merthyr Tydfil, and in death he became a martyr to the cause of the rights of the working men and women of every age that has followed. His trial at Cardiff in July 1831 was mired in controversy, and within a month of his execution outside Cardiff jail, letters appeared in the Cambrian newspaper both supporting and condemning the demise of this unfortunate man, and pondering whether he really merited his unhappy fate. The following day, Sunday 14th of August, a crowd that stretched for over a mile walked in the funeral procession of Richard Lewis to his final resting place in the churchyard of St Mary's, Aberavon. So here we are, 190th anniversary of Penderyn, hung today 190 years ago. It's from Jackie. And he's from Dad. So welcome to the Pier Swim 2021. On the start line we have Dic Richards and no one else. So that's my bike. I hope it's still there when I come back. Over to Dic Richards to start the race. On your marks, get set, go. The legend of Dic Penderyn was born. The record of Richard Lewis' burial describes him as a resident of Merthyr Tydfil, but tradition has it that he was born in Aberavon. From his alleged age at his trial, it has been assumed that he was born in 1808. In 1831, Merthyr Tydfil was Wales's biggest town. The rise of the iron industry in the late 18th and early 19th centuries had seen huge immigration into the area. The area had experienced times of plenty, but recession hit after 1826. People kept coming in search of work, prosperity and hope. But the recession meant that people were unable to earn enough to buy food and to pay rent. Men demanded the right to vote and have a say in their own fate. So in the rest shot, this particular area here is like no man's land. Of course, we're starting halfway today, but normally the end that sees up to the steps, or the sort of the bottom of the ramp where we enter the beach. And for this particular section, it could take forever. Seems like you're going nowhere. And although it might look rough, it is quite rough. It is quite rough. I've been in here and round the Pier, and it's been a lot rougher than this. Woohoo! That's a big one. Here's another big one coming. It's quite fun. Nice and bouncy. I have to take off my goggles because it's misting up. So we're just going to go round the Pier now and in from there.
Only 4% of men enjoyed this right in 1830. There was huge frustration with those who opposed universal male franchise. And in Merthyr Tydfil, during the night of 9th and 10th of May 1831, this frustration boiled over. Windows were broken at the houses of local men who were wealthy enough to own land, enjoy the right to vote, but opposed extending the right to others.
Almost around the Pier now. That's the corner. If you cut that corner, there's a rock just sticking out there. Unit. I've hit that a couple of times because when you're doing the race, you try and get round as close to the Pier as you can because that's the shortest distance. But then on this corner here, you just got to get out a bit wide to avoid those little rocks.
Another larger demonstration took place over 5 days between the 2nd and 6th of June 1831.
And when we get to the little side, it's normally like a mill pond, but it's a bit bumpy here today. A couple of years they've been surfing on this side. It's been so rough. They've cancelled the round the pier and made it into just a triangle course on this side. Let's crack on.
It was during this conflict between workers and newly arrived soldiers on Friday the 3rd of June, outside the Castle Inn in the centre of the town, that 17 people were wounded. 28 people, including 2 women, were apprehended by the authorities. Among the apprehended was Richard Lewis, accused of wounding a man named Black. The trial reports indicate that there was no reliable evidence proving that Richard Lewis had caused any wounding, and witnesses contradicted themselves.
Oh, my bike's still there. So normally the finish line would be about here. Now let's go.
Nonetheless, Lewis was found guilty and sentenced to death. Appeals were launched against his conviction, but the political climate at the time did not play in Lewis's favour. Lewis was sentenced to death. In 1874, a man named Yanto Parker confessed on his deathbed in the United States to the Reverend Evan Evans that he stabbed Black and then fled to America, fearing capture by the authorities, thus exonerating Dic Penderyn. Another man named James Abbott, who testified against Penderyn at the trial, also later admitted to lying under oath. No significant written evidence has been found to explain his burial in Aberavon, but it has been widely assumed for many years that it was unsafe to allow the burial in Merthyr, as the grave would have become a focal point for dissent. His grave has certainly become a focal point and is visited by many people every year, and is the focus of an annual memorial each August. The legend of Dic Penderyn continues.
So I'm being followed by Neil.
Have you done your figure of 8 today, swimmer?
I've been round the Pier, Neil.
Round the Pier.
In Aberavon.
Keep it up.
Thank you. Warmer glaze. Home improvements. Say, what should we buy from Warmer Glaze, Neil?
Buy from Warmer Glaze. You can have doors, windows, conservatories, soffits, anything. Just ask for Robin O'Reilly.
And where are you based?
Neath.
Excellent, look, and there's the details. Telephone Robbie O'Reilly for a free quotation. 01443 757 603 or 757 603. Sales at warmerglaze.co.uk. I suspect that warmerglaze.co.uk is the website address.
And ask for Matthew.
Ask for Matthew. He can ride a bike, Matthew.
Yeah, you can ride it fast.
Whoa, he's amazing. Cheers, Neil.
Ta-da, have a nice day.
All right, cheers, buddy. Thank you.